Hi everyone, we're from the Indian School of Design and Innovation, and today we're going to discuss about how in the last week the state government has made a few name changes. So is this a way of the parties showing their political credentials according to you?
Yeah, according to me, I think when we say that names are being changed, these names which were kept, like Elphiston Station, Marine Drive, they were kept during the British time, and those are English names. And to bring in Indian culture, I think bringing in the Indian names is a good way to feel more like homely and stuff.
But but don't you think so? We can bring in our culture or our beliefs through something else, not just changing the name. Because as a person, if you change Churchgate to something else, I don't even remember the name. It's so like the name change is not necessary. And as Churchgate, I always remember the Churchgate it is. If you change it to something else, I don't know what it is. And it will be so inconvenient to other people also traveling day to day, because it will be a big confusion for people according to me. And there will be so much stationery wastage also, because they'll have to change the name everywhere, like each and every place. Stations, if you see in trains also, we have small maps, so they'll have to change it everywhere. So I don't think so it makes sense. And if you want to put religion first, so we can place that religion or place our beliefs in some other way, not just changing names. So yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. To that, I'd like to add that the reason they are changing their names is because of the geographical locations. So that is also a very important part, because when I came here, I didn't know what Prabha Devi was until I actually went there. So if they change Elphinstone Road to Prabha Devi, then I'll come to okay, this is Prabha Devi area. So I usually locate places on the basis of stations. So if Churchgate is Churchgate, I don't see a Churchgate anywhere around there. So why would you call it Churchgate? So you'd rather have our names more over there. And on the other hand, you said it can be a political thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is a political thing, because I mean, with the you know exactly what is happening. So I think that's what makes sense.
If I may add on to that, I disagree with both of your points, because it's not just about adding religious culture or finding our culture, but with how the time is moving and how the future is hitting us with the technology and everything rising so quickly. I think people are forgetting what the culture is of India. Eventually, there'll be a point where we don't know what the culture is. We'll forget all about the history. So by doing this, at least we have something incorporated inside our train stations and inside where we know what our culture is. We can see the names, we'll at least understand. For me, that is the point to make.
Yeah, but it's gonna be difficult for other countries also. See, when it comes to renaming the places, it's gonna be difficult for countries to pronounce the name when it's related to the language.
Okay.
But right now in India, it's easier for the Indians to pronounce the names that are being changed. Like Churchgate has become Mandir Dwar. The names have so it's easier for us. What is our mother tongue? It's Hindi.
But like you said, the names changing and countries not like other people not able to pronounce it or whatever. It's normal. You go to China, you go to other countries. It's not necessary that you will be able to pronounce it the same way they are going to do it. And changes have been happening since the very long time, like Bombay to Mumbai, and their states being changed. People will eventually get used to it, I guess. So it's not that it's a huge change, and maybe I guess it's not necessary, but we should. That's what I think.
So adding on that, but don't you think so we can, like, if we come to everything moving really fast and we say that technology is coming and it's playing a really big role and people will forget, but don't you think so that comes in a different part? I think so it comes at a personal level, because changing the station names won't do anything to me. At least I will speak personally here. Changing the station name won't do anything good for me, because I will still be traveling. According to me, changing it to Churchgate, what did it change to? Mandir Dwar. It won't like inculcate any religious beliefs in me suddenly, because it's just changed to Mandir Dwar. It's what I believe on a personal level, and it's what I have always believed. So according to me, changing the name won't do anything. And as you told, Bombay to Mumbai, it changed. Don't you think so? We all talk, we are like, oh, Bombay. We always do Bombay because that's the original thing. And you always miss that original thing. You always miss that original aspect, according to me. And you can't get over that. So I think so that's like the personal feeling of a person. and that's really important. So if you change Churchgate or any other place, Elphiston also, to anything else, according to me, the feel and the touch goes away.
Well, so I'm so sorry, just to rebel that point, I would say, I would give an example actually. From calling our teachers ma'am and miss, we eventually come up to the point where we're calling them by their first names. That's how we're changing, right? We're forgetting what was the original. We're forgetting where the first product or the first atom was made. That's that, and it's not just about getting the religious culture in us. It's not about the religious beliefs. People will always have the religious belief inside their hearts or inside their minds. So they just want to make it a better place. And these changes are important for us. If we can't adapt to these changes, what chances does it make to have these changes?
Okay. Yeah. So I agree with you on a certain point, because it's that they want to change Churchgate to Mandir Dwar. I mean, it doesn't make sense. No, that example doesn't make sense at all, because why would you change Churchgate to Mandir Dwar? That is like, that doesn't make sense, because Churchgate area is not called Churchgate. You call it something else.
Adding on to that,
Mandir Dwar is very...
church got Mandir and gate got
Dwar. That doesn't make
So,
sense. So if they want to change names, they need to have at least some good names. I don't mind changing them into, a Hindi version of it, but no,
and
this is just translation.
And also
this is
adding
just
up to his
translation.
point, ma'am, our teachers tell us to call them ma'am. Don't tell us to call them ma'am, but it's what I believe. I have never called a teacher by her first name or his first name. I always call sir or ma'am, because that's what I believe. So this drastic change won't do anything to me, according to me. So that's what I think.
I'm just giving an example over here. Since the Britishers has left us, we are still following the same system in education, in our government, and we always try to say that we are independent, we are bringing in our own change, we are original. So why not take a step? Maybe this is a small step. Some people will not like it, some people will like it, but it happens everywhere. Not all the people agree to the change, but maybe for the greater good, or maybe for future aspects, like we want to bring in our own thing into the country. We want to bring our own system, our own names in the country. So maybe this is a small step, but I guess it's a first step, so we should support it. I am supporting it, at least.
See, I believe that changing the names of the stations, it doesn't make sense. But adapting to it, like gradually we'll get used to it. Like from Bombay to Mumbai, then we gradually getting used to it. So I think it's pretty convenient. It'll get convenient gradually.
Okay, what I think is that what you said about, we wanting to change and we should adapt to our mother tongue, because yesterday also when those Koreans came, they didn't understand English. Why? Because in their country, they are taught that, you have to know your mother tongue, and they are taught in that medium. We have an English medium, and people still prefer to study in English medium than in Hindi medium. So maybe...
So adding on to that, as Daksh told, so change is necessary. According to me also, change is necessary, and change is necessary everywhere, and people want change, but they don't want change, they don't want to adapt to it. So if you have a sudden change, obviously people will have to adapt to it, because they don't have any option here. If I change the name, they don't have any option, they will have to adapt to it. But we are just having a discussion. Yes, adaptation is important and we need to be open to changes, but we are just having a discussion that is this change necessary? And according to me, just changing the name won't bring out like the Bharatiya or the Indian feeling in us. But yeah, and if you want to remove everything, change the education system, because that's where everything starts. That's where our children, that's where everything starts. No, he just added education. That's why I'm just focusing on that. So education, we are following the British education, as he told, so we should change that. Why change names? And according to me, it's a really personal feeling, like Churchgate, I'm going to Churchgate, oh, I'm going to Churchgate. It's like a personal feeling. So yeah.
So maybe our discussion, we came up with some good examples, and to wrap it up, I guess some good points made. We need to change. Some people will agree, some people will not agree, but end of the day it will happen. So
it's the masses' decision. So let's see what happens.
Yeah.